Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Mark, and as always, I'm joined by the ever-curious Jenny.
Hey Mark, always excited to dive into the tech world with you. What fascinating rabbit hole are we exploring today?
Oh, this one's a doozy. We're talking about Raytheon's new AI-powered radar warning receiver. It's called CADS, Cognitive Algorithm Deployment System, and, get this, it's designed for asterisk fourth generation times aircraft. Like we're talking F-16s and F-15s.
Whoa, hold on. So we're giving older fighter jets a serious brain upgrade with AI? That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
At times pretty sci-fi, isn't it? But it's real. So basically, a radar warning receiver, or RWR, is what tells a pilot, hey, there's a radar signal out there. Could be trouble. CADS takes that to a whole new level.
Okay, so it's like a super-powered radar detector for fighter pilots. But how does adding AI actually make a difference? I mean, a radar signal is a radar signal, right?
Well, here's the thing. Modern battlefields are kind of crowded with radar signals. You've got friendly radars, enemy radars, civilian radars. It's a mess. Traditional RWRs can get overwhelmed, and there's a delay, you know? It takes time to process all that information.
And in a combat situation, even a small delay could be, not good.
Exactly. That delay can be the difference between getting a missile lock warning in time to react and, well, you get the picture. CADS uses AI to process that data asterisk much times faster and more accurately. We're talking near zero latency.
Near zero latency? So the pilot gets the warning almost instantaneously? That's incredible. How does it achieve that?
The secret sauce is these embedded graphics processing units, or GPUs. Think of them like the super-fast processors in high-end gaming computers, but ruggedized for military use. They allow the AI to do its thing right there on the aircraft asterisk, instead of having to send data back to some central processing unit.
So it's like having a supercomputer brain built right into the jet? No waiting for information to travel back and forth?
Precisely. And this isn't just some lab experiment either. They've actually flight tested this on an F-16 at the Air National Guard's test range.
Wow. Real-world testing. What were the results like?
They saw a asterisk massive times reduction in threat reaction time. We're talking about going from over 150 milliseconds to asterisk less than 25 milliseconds. And that, my friend, is a game changer. Sorry, I know you don't like that word. Puh. It has a significant impact on the pilot's ability to react to threats.
Okay, that's a asterisk substantial times difference. So it's not just about detecting the threat, it's about detecting it time fast enough to do something about it.
Right. And it's not just about speed, it's also about accuracy. CADS can handle way more concurrent signals than older systems. Over 500 compared to less than 120. And it reduces false positives by something like 63%.
So the pilot is getting more reliable information. Faster. That sounds like a huge win for survivability.
And that is what they are aiming for. There's this quote from Brian Rosselli, the president of Advanced Products and Solutions at Raytheon, where he says, "Our containerized approach lets frontline units update threat libraries faster than adversaries can develop new emitters."
That's a powerful statement. It's like an ongoing arms race, but in terms of software updates, not just weapons.
Exactly. And Dr. Elena Vertes from Georgia Tech, they collaborated on this, mentioned deploying new LPI radar detections within hours. That kind of agility is just unheard of with traditional systems.
So it's not just about the hardware, it's about the software and the ability to update it quickly. It's like the plane gets smarter over time.
Precisely. Think about it this way. You're not stuck with the same threat library for years. You can adapt to new threats almost in real time.
That's amazing. But it also makes me think, what about the ethical implications? We're talking about AI making decisions in potentially life or death situations.
That's a very important point, Jenny. Right now, CADS is primarily about threat prioritization, helping the pilot make better decisions faster. But the research does mention the potential for eventually enabling auto countermeasures.
Auto countermeasures, meaning the plane could automatically react to threats without direct pilot input?
Potentially. And that's where things get ethically complex. There's a big discussion about the need for NATO-wide policy frameworks to govern the use of AI in these kinds of systems.
So, making sure there's always a human in the loop? At some level?
Exactly. It's about finding the right balance between using AI to enhance capabilities and ensuring that humans retain ultimate control over critical decisions.
It's a fascinating and somewhat daunting prospect. But looking ahead, what's the future for this kind of technology?
Well, there's a big push for standardization. They're working on NATO STANAG adoption. That's basically a set of standards to allow for cross-platform algorithm interoperability by 2027.
So different types of aircraft from different countries could all share and use the same ASI-powered threat detection capabilities?
That's the goal. It would be a huge step towards creating a more unified and effective defense network. But, of course, there are challenges. Making sure all these different systems can talk to each other, ensuring security, and so on.
It's like building a giant, interconnected brain for military aircraft. It's both impressive and a little scary.
It is. And there are still some gaps in the research. We don't have all the details on the NATO interoperability specs. And there's the whole question of the supply chain for these specialized GPU components.
The supply chain. Always a critical factor, especially when we're talking about defense technology.
Right. Ensuring a reliable and secure supply of these components is essential. But overall, CADS represents a huge leap forward. It's about bringing older aircraft into the 21st century and giving them the tools they need to compete in a rapidly evolving threat landscape.
It's a testament to how quickly technology is changing, even in areas like military aviation that we might think of as being more traditional, I guess?
Exactly. And it highlights the growing importance of AI, not just in our everyday lives, but in these critical, high-stakes situations as well.
Well, Mark, you've certainly given us a lot to think about today. Thanks for breaking down this complex but technology for us.
My pleasure, Jenny. And to our listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of a club-powered radar. Until next time, stay curious.
And stay safe. We'll be back next week with more tech explorations. Bye for now.